Hey guys, so today I thought I'd do a little first impressions and kind of a comparison of a couple new products. I've really been good spending. I haven't bought much. Actually, my friend gave me a gift card to Sephora, so this is one of the things I bought with it, which is a new Glow Recipe Watermelon Mask. Here's the older version, which is a sample size, because I already went through the full size and I thought it was okay, but I think I got this in a gift beauty box or something. So anyway, so here's the new version. This is the older version, and they made a few changes. But I will mention right off the bat, the new product is smaller than the original full size of the older product, and they kept the price the same. So I just found that interesting. So it's kind of like, what is that called? That's like shrinkflation. That's like, the other day I picked up I should have checked the eggs. It was a dozen of them, and there was like 10 of them. I'm like, what kind of shrinkflation is that? Somebody just stole those eggs. But anyway, that's what you get for not looking, so I will always check. Okay, so the newer version, so the older version had sodium hyaluronate as the second ingredient. The new version, sodium hyaluronate, is a lot further down the ingredient list. And the ingredient list on the new version is significantly longer, I must say. It's probably a third longer. Extra ingredients, a lot of buffering ingredients, thickening ingredients, pH ingredients, things like that. So I'm not sad about sodium hyaluronate moving down the ingredient list. I'm happy about it. They also moved niacinamide up. So that's one of the very first ingredients. Then watermelon extract. Then, of course, they switched around glycolic and lactic acid. The old version had glycolic acid, then lactic acid. The new version has lactic acid, then glycolic acid. Or I said that backwards, so sorry. And then, anyway, they added a few fruit ingredients. They added lentil, apple. They added a ferment, and they added a few oils, sodium PCA in there, and then just a lot of other thickening, buffing ingredients. So the first thing I did when I picked this up after testing it for a night was doing my pH test. So let me grab a pH test strip for my little... I don't like these as much as I like the other ones. The other ones are better colored. I find it easier to tell the difference, but... Anyway, so I'm very interested because glycolic and lactic acid are very pH dependent. The pH is too high. They just don't penetrate the skin. They don't work very well. They don't get absorbed, and they just don't work so good. So if the pH is in the proper range, then you're going to have more exfoliation. So to be 100% honest, let me do the quick pH test. Here's that. Here's that. I'm going to stick my finger in here. There's the texture of it. Can you see that? It isn't as gooey as the original version, so I guess I was happy about that. The original version kind of had a texture similar to like snot? Is that okay to say? Kind of gross, but anyway. So here is the pH from the new version. I don't believe the original version had a very good pH to begin with, but the pH of this one is pretty high. Glycolic and lactic acid. They might do a little bit, but not a whole ton on the pH of this one. It's probably right around 5. And most cleansers and things are on 5.5 or 6. So the pH is pretty high. Not going to have much exfoliation. Although the nice thing with that is, I guess, if you don't have super sensitive skin and you already use a different exfoliant in your routine, you might be able to just add this on without any issues because pH is so high. So here is the new version. Not very hygienic, but I'm just going to stick my hand into it. So it's got kind of the similar texture, but not quite as goopy or snotty. Here's the old version. Here we go. It's a lot thicker. So, there you go. I don't know if that helps at all or not. So, anyway, my skin tolerated the original version just fine. This has fragrance in it. The fragrance of the newer version is not nearly as strong. Really barely noticeable compared to the original version. The original version has a very strong watermelon scent. The new version does not. Still has fragrance in there. The fragrance is at the very end of the ingredient list, just like it was with the original version. Is it worth going out to buy? Some people just swear by it and love it. And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. I would pick it up. If you found the original version to be mediocre and not super exciting, the new version doesn't have much to offer in terms of excitement, or some people say they wake up with really smooth, soft skin. It probably could just be from the additional moisture these give your skin, and not so much from the exfoliants, because the exfoliants just they don't work well when the pH is that high. So, I mean, it's got some nice ferments in there, sodium PCA, great skin identical ingredient, watermelon, and then the exfoliants. But to be honest, it's average. I don't like the jar packaging for it either. It's messy, but at least I guess it's recyclable, so it's got that going for it. But otherwise, they changed the ingredient list, added a bunch of stuff at the end, toned down the scent. The texture's a little bit nicer, but the price is higher. So it's not a must-have for me. So to be honest, the original version, I liked it. I used it. I finished it. I've gotten a couple of these in beauty boxes. I've used them. It's nothing I would go on my way to repurchase again. I feel like I want to try it, so I know either I'm missing out on something or I'm not. So that kind of came to my conclusions that I'm not really missing anything. Although I will say, in tomorrow's video I'm going to mention this, but if you're looking for a good exfoliant, the Kinship, they just came out with a new exfoliant, 10% glycolic resurfacing serum. Wonderful. So, and it's still got some fruits in here. What are they using here? Glycolic acid. They've got strawberry in there. They've got a few ferments. They've got oat seed extract, apple, pineapple. So, and it's much cheaper, well packaged, and it's a wonderful brand and much more affordable. So, anyway, so if you're thinking about this one might be worth a try. So, anyway, still testing out, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And the pH is, you know what? I'll mention the pH tomorrow. So, anyway, interested to hear from you guys if you're going to check out the new glow recipe or not, or if you like glow recipe or not, or any thoughts you have on anything. Leave a comment. Love hearing from you. I just wonder if this reformulation was a way to change a few ingredients and then jack up the price without anybody noticing, but everyone's noticing. It wasn't just me. So anyway, leave a comment. Love hearing from you guys, and I will see you more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.